What's up guys? So lately I've been on the LUMIX hype train, and you know what? It's not all butterflies and rainbows, but I want to talk about things I don't like about this camera. And also I brought some friends with me. I have Photo Joseph, who was a previous LUMIX ambassador. He's also going to be chiming in, and also an old friend of mine who used to be on this channel, Connor McCaskill. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick things off on the very first thing I don't like about this camera is the freaking menu system. It's just overwhelming. There's things that like you feel like this specific item should be in this menu, but it's like in another one in the ranch, and it doesn't make sense. Now, granted, you can customize your menu just like every other camera, but I think right off the bat, especially from a new user coming from a different platform, it just feels very overwhelming.
Photo Joseph here. You guys know me as the LUMIX guy, and even though I'm not an ambassador anymore, I am definitely still the LUMIX guy, and I've been using LUMIX for a really long time, and there's one thing that has always bugged me that I used to think was just inherent to it, and that's the HDMI latency. If you're using HDMI out for monitors or even for recording, there's just a little bit of a delay. It's not a huge delay, but it's enough that it can be a little bit disconcerting, a little bit annoying. And I just thought that it was always gonna be like that. All cameras were like that, and then I learned that that wasn't the case. And I've been waiting for LUMIX to fix this for years, and it's still there. So that is one thing I'm still not super happy about.
Hey guys, Connor McCaskill here, and one of the things coming from Sony to LUMIX that just left a little bit to be desired is the build quality. Now, I'm not saying that it's not durable. It is very durable. The hinges on the screen feel particularly great. Really what I'm talking about is the actual texture of the camera. This is kind of a nitpick territory, but it's just something that I noticed. Sonys tend to have a much more premium material feel, where these ones just feel a bit cheaper. Technically they are cheaper, so maybe that makes sense. Another thing when it comes though to the build design is these flaps. Again, they're functional, they work, but I don't know, they just they're not my favorite. But overall, build design is good. It's just leaves a little bit to be desired.
And kind of to piggyback on what Connor said in terms of build quality, also that translates over to their lenses. Their lenses just feel really cheap. Like I almost feel like if I was to drop their lens, it would literally shatter it. And I'm not talking about weight, it's more about like this plastically cheap feeling, almost feels like a toy. Now, granted, they do have some excellent third-party lenses, like Sigma has some incredible lenses, but I just wish LUMIX would offer something a little bit more premium and also give us some aperture control.
When it comes to autofocus, LUMIX cameras notoriously were pretty bad until we got phase detect. And now with LUMIX having phase detect autofocus, autofocus is awesome, except there's something on the Sony cameras that is so good. Again, I didn't know this until someone showed me. You can tap anything on the screen and the camera will just start tracking that thing. There is tracking in the LUMIX cameras, but it's really hard to get working right, often fails. So that is something that I wish it was better.
Now this one's probably gonna be a little bit different of a point because I'm not gonna be talking about these cameras specifically, but more what I'm gonna talk about is there's no real upgrade path with LUMIX cameras. I'll be a little bit more specific. If you are watching various movies and you see it's like, oh, look, they're shooting on the Sony Venice and then they're shooting on the Burano, shooting on the FX9. There's a little bit of an aspiration of like, hey, I only have an FX30 right now, but as I progress, I can upgrade to the FX3, then to the FX6 and on and on and on. And I can improve not only my abilities, but also my camera system also can improve with me. With LUMIX, there's really not an option. Now, this doesn't affect me personally. I think when it comes down to the S1R or the S1R2, this is about all I need for what I do, but I do understand that for a lot of folks, you're looking for what system am I going to invest my money in so that it actually grows with me as I progress.
Now, the reason I made this video is obviously for transparency purposes. Now, there is a reason why I switched to LUMIX, and that's they have a lot of great things. So what are we doing on your channel?
Well, on my channel, we're going to focus on those great things. We want to prove, first of all, that Mono's not just a hater, that he actually does genuinely love the LUMIX gear. And so over on my channel, we've got 6 things that we love about LUMIX.
So guys, make sure you hit that link in the description, check out Photo Joseph, and also subscribe to Photo Joseph and Connor McCaskill, who's behind the camera. My name is Armando. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one.
Adios.
There you go. Hey, you're Spanish now.